All right, listen up. Have you ever been in a situation where you're with a woman having an amazing time and you can tell there's chemistry, but then the night ends and you're left wondering, did I do enough to leave a lasting impression? Or even worse, did you say something that made her think, I'm not sure about this guy? We've all been there wondering if we did something right or if we somehow missed an opportunity to really connect with her. But here's the truth. You don't need a whole playbook of tricks to make her think about you. In fact, it's one simple, powerful thing that literally guarantees she'll be replaying your words, your energy, and your connection in her mind long after you part ways. Imagine this. You walk away from a conversation and suddenly she can't stop thinking about you, like really thinking about you. Her mind keeps wandering back to the way you made her feel. Your energy, the subtle flirtations, and the little things you did that no other guy does. Now here's the kicker. What you say, or more importantly, how you say it, has the potential to keep her up at night, literally and figuratively. It's not just the right words, it's about creating a vibe that lingers long after you're gone. In today's video, I'm about to reveal exactly what you need to say. It's simpler than you think to ensure she's thinking about you when the lights go out. And trust me, this isn't a one-size-fits-all trick. This is about reading the situation and knowing exactly what will make her feel the kind of attraction that keeps her wanting more. So if you're ready to step up your game and become the guy she can't stop playing in her head, stick around. I'm going to break down exactly how you can make sure you're the one who stays on her mind, well after you've said your goodbyes. Because believe me, when you do this right, she'll be thinking about you all night long, whether she plans to or not. Stay tuned, because this is a game changer. All right? Imagine this. You're out with a woman enjoying some great conversation and things are going smoothly. Maybe there's a spark, a subtle connection, and you feel like things are definitely going well. But as the night starts to wind down and you prepare to say your goodbyes, a question pops into your head. Did I do enough? You see, we all want to leave a lasting impression, especially when the vibe is right. But here's the thing. Most guys get wrong. It's not always about being the loudest, the most charming, or the most extravagant. The truth is what you say at the very end of your time. Together has the power to shift everything. The right words in just the right moment can linger with her, long after you've said your final goodbyes. Now picture this. You walk away, and instead of just going back to her routine, she finds herself reflecting on you. Her thoughts start to wander, replaying your conversation. The way you made her laugh, the way you made her feel. And then, as the night wears on, she starts to wonder, when will I see him again? What was he really thinking? I can't stop thinking about him. So how do you become that guy, the one she can't forget about? It's simpler than you might think. It's not about having the perfect pickup line or saying something mind-blowing. It's about creating a feeling that stays with her long after the conversation ends. It's about saying something that leaves her thinking about you while she's lying in bed, replaying your words, analysing every glance, every laugh, every word you spoke. Now let's get something straight. This isn't about being manipulative or trying to force an attraction that isn't there. No, this is about building genuine emotional connection, something authentic that gets under her skin in a way that makes her want more. Think about it like this. You've been given the power to make her feel something. And it's not about trying to control her thoughts. It's about creating a natural, irresistible attraction that happens organically. When you know how to craft the right moment and say just the right thing, you'll leave her thinking about you all night, and not in the way you're probably imagining. So how can you do this? What's the magic formula? How do you become the guy who has her replaying your interactions over and over in her mind? I've got you covered. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you exactly what to say to make sure you're the guy she can't forget about tonight. It's simpler than you think. And trust me, you won't need to overthink it. Stay with me. because after today's video, you'll know exactly what it takes to get into her thoughts without coming off desperate or trying too hard. This is about connection, emotional impact, and leaving a lasting impression that she won't be able to shake off. Sign 1, build anticipation. All right, let's dive into the first game, changing sign, build anticipation. You see, one of the most powerful ways to get a woman thinking about you after your time together is by leaving her wanting more. When you leave the conversation with just enough mystery or excitement, she'll naturally replay your words in her mind. Curiosity is a powerful force and it can work wonders on someone's thoughts. Imagine you're having a great conversation, and instead of wrapping up with a simple goodbye, you leave her hanging with something compelling, something that's unfinished or mysterious. For instance, you might say something like, I've got an interesting story about that, but I'll save it for next time. Or, there's so much more to tell, but I'll leave you with a little cliffhanger for now. This creates a natural sense of anticipation. Suddenly she's thinking, what's the rest of that story? What was he going to say next? And that curiosity will stick with her all night long. When you leave a conversation like this, you give her something to look forward to, something to keep her mind active. As the night goes on, she'll find herself wondering about you, replaying that moment in her mind, and wondering what the next conversation will hold. That's the power of anticipation. It doesn't just fade away, it lingers. And when she's thinking about you, even after the conversation is over, it's almost impossible for her not to feel intrigued by your presence and eager to see more of you. Sign the Zatu, use the power of touch. Now let's talk about the power of touch. And no, I'm not talking about anything inappropriate or overly forward. I'm talking about subtle, non-sexual touch that can make her feel emotionally connected to you. And emotionally connected feelings linger far longer than you think. Think about this. You're talking to her, and during the conversation, you casually place your hand on her back as you move through a crowd or gently touch her arm. When you're emphasizing a point, it's small, but it's powerful. Why? Because touch creates a physical connection that reinforces the emotional one you're building. When you touch her in a gentle and respectful manner, you tap into her senses. Our bodies react to touch on a subconscious level. It's scientifically proven that a gentle touch can release oxytocin, also known as the bonding hormone. That means just a light touch can make her feel closer to you, even if you don't say anything else. Now imagine the next day or even hours later when she's sitting alone or lying in bed. She's replaying that moment when you touched her arm, the brief but intimate connection, and it sticks with her. The memory of your touch will trigger those emotional feelings again, and she'll be thinking about you without even realizing it. That's how touch works its magic. It leaves an imprint on her mind, one that makes her want to be around you again. Feel that connection again, and trust me, she'll remember it all night long. Signed, for 3, show genuine interest in her life. Now let's get into something a little deeper, showing genuine interest in her life. Here's the thing. Women can sense when someone is just asking questions for the sake of asking. But when you show true curiosity about who she is beyond the surface level, something incredible happens. Instead of just asking about her day, dig deeper. Ask about her dreams, her passions, her challenges, the moments in life that shaped who she is today. When you show her that you care about her as a person, not just a pretty face, you create emotional intimacy. Let me explain how this works. Let's say you ask her about her favorite book or movie, but instead of just letting her respond, you dig deeper. You ask why that particular book or movie resonates with her. What does it mean to her? How has it influenced her life? You're not just having a surface-level conversation, you're having a deep, meaningful exchange. When you engage like this, she'll feel seen, heard, and validated. That kind of emotional connection doesn't fade quickly. When she's alone, she'll replay your conversation the way you made her feel, understood and valued. And that's the kind of feeling that stays with her well into the night. Sign the before. Leave her with something to think about. Finally, let's talk about leaving her with something to think about. This is where you step into the realm of the truly unforgettable. Instead of just closing the conversation with a casual, "I'll see you later," you want to leave her with a powerful thought, something that will keep her mind working long after you're gone. This can be a statement or a question that challenges her perspective, or even just something that resonates with her on a deeper level. For example, you could say something like, "I've always believed that the most important thing in life is to find joy in the little moments, even when things aren't going exactly as planned." This isn't just a random thought. It's a conversation starter that she will take with her whether she agrees with it or not. It sparks curiosity and reflection. And that's exactly what you want. Because when she's laying in bed trying to fall asleep, her mind will be racing with those thoughts. She'll be thinking about what you said, wondering how it applies to her life and processing it in a way that's deeply personal. When you leave her with something to ponder, you ensure that she'll continue to think about you long after the conversation is over. And when a woman is reflecting on the time she spent with you, it's nearly impossible for her not to want more of your company. All right, now, you've got the tools to ensure she's thinking about you all night long, no matter where you are in your interaction with her, whether it's creating that anticipation, using the power of touch, showing genuine interest, or leaving her with something deep to reflect on. These techniques will definitely make her feel that connection and keep her coming back for more. But here's the thing, it's not just about saying the right words or doing the right things once it's about creating an ongoing genuine connection. If you put these strategies into practice, you'll be well on your way to being the guy who's always on her mind. But remember, authenticity is key. This is about creating real lasting attraction, not just a one-time connection. So if you found this video valuable and want to learn more ways to keep her thinking about, you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss out on all the best dating and relationship tips. We're diving deep into topics that help you understand women on a whole new level, so don't miss what's coming next. Before we wrap up, I've got something special lined up for you. In the next video, we're going to talk about 5 subtle signs that she's secretly falling for you. And trust me, these are the signs no one talks about. But when you start noticing them, you'll know you're in the clear. If you want to learn how to spot these hidden signs, stay tuned because the next video will blow your mind. All right? Thanks for watching. And remember, it's not just about being with someone. It's about making them feel something genuine that sticks with them long after you've gone. Catch you in the next video.